In the early to mid-1970s, legendary bodybuilder Mike Mentzer collaborated with Maryland-based physician Dr. DeVore to develop a groundbreaking training method known as Cardionics. Conceived initially to address metabolic syndrome and related health concerns in DeVore's patients, Cardionics evolved under Mentzer's guidance into a comprehensive program targeting total fitness. Unlike many mainstream approaches to health and exercise, Cardionics emphasize scientifically grounded principles of cardiovascular efficiency, muscular strength, flexibility, mental well-being, and high-intensity weight training. Though largely forgotten today, Cardionics offers profound insights into holistic training methods that remain relevant in an age of fitness fads and misinformation. The historical context of Cardionics. During the 1970s, public interest in health and fitness surged. Jogging became a cultural phenomenon. Aerobic training was promoted as the gold standard, and resistance training was still viewed with skepticism by the broader medical community. It was within this context that Mentzer and DeVore developed Cardionics as a response to what they saw as flawed, unsustainable, and sometimes dangerous fitness advice being peddled to the public. Mentzer criticized much of the fitness movement for lacking scientific rigor, pointing out that many exercise and dietary regimens were neither physiologically sound nor maintainable in the long term. Mentzer was already known for his advocacy of high-intensity training, influenced by Arthur Jones and the principles underlying the Nautilus training philosophy. The fusion of high-intensity training with cardiovascular conditioning laid the foundation for Cardionics, offering a unique blend of strength and aerobic development within a single integrated routine. Defining total fitness. Mentzer's concept of fitness was holistic, going beyond the absence of disease to encompass mental and physical well-being. He identified three major physiological components of total fitness. 1. Cardiovascular efficiency. 2. Muscular strength and endurance. 3. Flexibility. To these, he added a fourth dimension, mental and emotional health. Mentzer believed that feeling energetic, sleeping well, responding to stress effectively, and possessing a resilient psychological state were all markers of true fitness.
Why is weight training such an important part of a total fitness program?
Well, actually, beyond that, weight training, Nautilus training or barbell training per se, is the only single activity that allows you to enhance the four components of physical fitness within that one activity, not having to spread it out over a number of activities. The four components, of course, being muscular strength, cardiovascular fitness, flexibility, and one that's not mentioned very often, stress reduction.
This quote, drawn from a little-known interview, perfectly encapsulates the Cardionics philosophy. Rather than chasing fragmented workouts and conflicting advice, Mentzer envisioned one unified system that worked in harmony with the body and mind. Scientific foundation of Cardionics. The physiological underpinning of Cardionics centered around two key principles, the training effect and overload. Based on research from Scandinavian physiologists in the early 20th century, and later contributions from Dr. Per Olof Astrand, Mentzer emphasized that cardiovascular improvements require exercises that elevate the heart rate to between 60 to 80% of one's maximal aerobic power. Maximal aerobic power refers to the highest level at which your heart can efficiently deliver oxygen during intense exercise. For training purposes, it's typically estimated by subtracting your age from 200 to find your maximum heart rate. Cardionics aims to keep your heart rate between 60 and 80% of that number, as shown in this chart. Where Cardionics diverged from traditional aerobic training was in the method used to achieve this training effect. Rather than relying on long bouts of running or cycling, Cardionics used weight training as the vehicle. This was revolutionary. Most experts at the time, including Kenneth Cooper, argued that weight training did not improve cardiovascular fitness. Mentzer and DeVore challenged this idea directly, citing studies and clinical results that demonstrated an increased cardiovascular performance through high-intensity resistance training.
Cardiovascular benefits. Mike, people are now worried more and more about the shape of their heart. Is bodybuilding or weight training, let's say, can that supply that?
Absolutely, if done in a proper fashion. If you don't rest too long between sets and you allow your heart to sustain a certain elevated pulse rate, which is adjusted according to age, I think it's on the order of 20 minutes 3 times a week, you will enhance your cardiorespiratory health.
One of the most powerful aspects of Cardionics is its emphasis on functional autonomy. Rather than striving for unattainable ideals or aesthetics based on external validation, Cardionics encourages trainees to cultivate the kind of fitness that supports real life, lifting grandchildren, hiking mountains, responding to emergencies without fear or injury. It is a system built not for posing, but for performance. Performance in the fullest sense of living well, aging strongly, and moving confidently through the world. The Cardionics program. Cardionics workouts were based on circuit-style weight training, structured to maintain an elevated heart rate while targeting all major muscle groups. The program included short rest intervals between exercises, or none at all, moderate to moderately heavy weights, high repetitions, 12 to 15 per set, full-body routines, 3 sessions per week, for example, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, each session lasting approximately 30 minutes. Participants were encouraged to take their pulse before, during, and after workouts to ensure they were training within their cardiovascular threshold. The goal was to maintain a heart rate elevated to at least 60% of the individual's age-adjusted maximum for 12 to 15 continuous minutes. Example beginner Cardionics routine. Warm-up, 10 to 15 minutes, consisting of overhead arm stretches, arm circles, side bends, toe touches, leg stretches, body stretch, tree chopping, twists, side lunges. Program structure and phases. Cardionics is divided into progressive sequences, each designed to match the increasing cardiovascular and muscular conditioning of the trainee. The foundational principle is progressive overload. As the body adapts, intensity increases, either through heavier weights, reduced rest, more advanced exercises, or additional circuits. 1. Break-in routine, weeks 1 to 4. Objective: adapt the body to regular training, develop proper form, and elevate heart rate within the training zone. Duration: less than 30 minutes per session, 3 times per week. Sequences per workout: 1 circuit of all 10 exercises. Repetitions: 12 reps per exercise. Add reps if it's too easy, then increase weight. The exercises: 1. Squats. 2. Barbell rows. 3. Push-ups or knee push-ups if needed. 4. Press behind neck. 5. Barbell curls. 6. Triceps extensions. 7. Shrugs. 8. Deadlifts. 9. Toe raises. 10. Sit-ups. There follows a cool-down period of 10 to 15 minutes of stretching and walking. After 1 week, or up to 4 depending upon conditioning, trainees will transition to the first sequence. 2. First sequence, weeks 4 to 8. Objective: introduce intensity, increase cardiovascular load, reinforce muscular development. The duration will still be less than 30 minutes per session. The sequences performed per workout will be 1 circuit, but eventually up to 2. Repetitions remain at 10 to 12 reps per exercise. Exercises: 1. Lunges. 2. Toe raises with block and dumbbells. 3. Barbell rows. 4. Deadlifts. 5. Bench presses. 6. Press behind neck. 7. Barbell curls. 8. Triceps extensions. 9. Sit-ups. Start with 1 circuit. As conditioning improves, increase to 2. Take your pulse readings before, mid, and post-workout. Rest no more than 30 seconds between exercises. 3. Second sequence, weeks 8 to 12 and beyond. The objective here is to diversify movement, increase upper body variety, and enhance flexibility. Exercises: 1. Squats. 2. Toe raises. 3. Shrugs. 4. Upright rows. 5. Alternate dumbbell presses. 6. Dumbbell flies. 7. Alternate dumbbell curls. 8. Lying triceps extensions. 9. Leg raises. The repetitions remain at 10 to 12 per exercise. The circuit goal is 1 to 2 rounds, depending on cardiovascular threshold. The unique benefits of this circuit is that it adds more unilateral and dumbbell-based training. It enhances shoulder and core control. It improves range of motion and the mind-muscle connection. 4. Third sequence for use in gyms or, if you have access, Nautilus machines. The objective here is maximal muscular development with machine-based support, higher resistance, and precise targeting. Recommended for advanced trainees or gym goers with access to proper equipment. The exercises: 1. Leg extensions. 2. Squats. 3. Leg curls. 4. Leg press. 5. Bent arm pullovers. 6. Lat pull-downs. 7. Barbell rows. 8. Shrugs. 9. Upright rows. 10. Dumbbell lateral raises. 11. Barbell curls. 12. Triceps extensions. The repetitions here are for 6 to 10 reps for most movements. In the circuit, you will perform 1 full round. Repeat only when well conditioned. The progression strategy is to increase weights as reps exceed the upper target level. For example, 12 reps or beyond, add 10% weight. Reduce rest intervals to maintain cardiovascular load and add second or third sequences as needed. A rebellion against cultish fitness culture. Cardionics stands in sharp contrast to today's influencer-driven fitness industry. It doesn't demand you look like someone else. It doesn't trade on shame or aesthetic envy. Mentzer wasn't selling abs or biceps. He was offering a rational system to improve your health, strength, and energy. In doing so, Cardionics rebels against the superficial mimicry encouraged by social media, where identity is often reduced to a filtered body. Mentzer's approach was individual-centered, sustainable, and rooted in functionality, not fantasy. Mental and emotional well-being. Mentzer was among the first bodybuilding theorists to emphasize the psychological dimension of training. Drawing on the work of Wilhelm Reich, Alexander Lowen, and Hans Selye, he saw intense physical training as a means of releasing pent-up emotional energy, managing stress, and fostering mental resilience. He likened the muscle pump to a psychological release akin to orgasmic pleasure, echoing Reich's theory of bioenergetic discharge. Fitness as self-liberation, not self-confinement. Ultimately, Cardionics presents fitness as a tool of self-liberation, not as an identity trap. You don't need to become a bodybuilder. You don't need to pursue someone else's ideal. Cardionics is a template for becoming more you, stronger, more capable, more grounded. The goal is not transformation into something other, but transformation into someone fully prepared to live, act, and age with confidence. Equipment and accessibility. One of the core strengths of Cardionics was its simplicity and accessibility. Minimal equipment was needed. Barbell and dumbbell set, optional bench, stopwatch or clock for pulse checks. This made the program ideal for home use, breaking down barriers to entry and allowing for year-round consistency. Safety and medical supervision. Mentzer and DeVore strongly advocated medical clearance before beginning Cardionics, particularly for individuals over 30 or those with known cardiovascular risk factors. While intensive, the program was modifiable based on age and current fitness levels. Legacy and contemporary relevance. Although Cardionics never gained widespread commercial popularity, its integration of cardiovascular and strength training anticipated many elements now found in popular modalities like CrossFit, P90X, and high-intensity interval training. Its emphasis on intensity, efficiency, and whole-body training makes it more relevant than ever in a world where time efficiency and health outcomes are paramount. Mike Mentzer's Cardionics was a pioneering effort to redefine physical training through a lens of scientific rationality, holistic health, and high-intensity effort. It challenged prevailing notions, embraced unconventional wisdom, and provided a clear path toward sustainable total fitness. For those disillusioned with gimmicks, quick fixes, and one-dimensional fitness trends, Cardionics offers a refreshing, evidence-based alternative whose rediscovery is long overdue.